Okay. I think I have us all lined up. Hold on, everybody. I just realized I didn't put my phone on my home Wi-Fi. I'd taken the Wi-Fi off too for driving and stuff, and because I was out and about a little bit. Oh, I don't have great Wi-Fi connection. And I got home and I was like, what's wrong with my life here? So, morning Addison. I've got like this, I feel chilled because I'm sitting in front of an open window. Duh, right? Like, you should be chilled if you're sitting in front of an open window potentially. I love the fresh air. It just makes me, there's that fresh air coming in. It's so nice to wake up to a cool breeze. So I sleep with my window open at night because I just love that cool breeze coming through. And in Texas, there's only certain times of the year that you can actually get away with that. This being one of those times, so I just decided that I would open up all the windows in the house. Except I'm now cold, so we shall see. We shall see. No, but this morning I was driving. I was driving, taking kids to school as always, and what kind of came through to me, I was actually thinking about tomorrow. I was thinking about later today, and I was thinking about tomorrow, and I was thinking about Sunday. I was thinking about my weekend, and I'm off to Arkansas this weekend for a little romantic getaway, and we are going to rent this really cool cabin. We rented this really cool cabin. And it is sitting out on like 2-3 acres of land, wooded, and just all the leaves are down, and it's just so beautiful. There are big decks, and yeah, it's gonna be really, really cool. And I was thinking about just that experience, but then I was also thinking about tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm teaching O-Face, a live stream demonstrational workshop on the face of orgasm. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. Like I'm doing this. This is happening tomorrow. I am going to go live with this workshop and allow everybody to witness my O-Face. I'm like, okay, I've done some stuff in my time, and I have explored some things, and I have taught some things, and I have shown some things, and you would think that after some of the workshops that I have put together and done, and the things that I pushed myself through, that this workshop would be like a cakewalk. But you know what? It's not. Oh, shh. I'll be right back. I am boiling eggs, and I just remember that I'm boiling eggs. So I'll be right back. I gotta put those on simmer. Okay, egg mission done. Okay. So yeah, so I'm doing this O-Face, and you would think that it would be just a cakewalk, because it really is not that big of, it's not as daring as some of the things that I have ventured off into and done or shared or, during a workshop or taught on. And there's just something about this workshop, and I think that because the workshop itself is focused on vulnerability. It's focused on vulnerability. It's focused on the vulnerability that us women have in sex, and that we have to have in order to tap into our orgasm, in order to really open and receive orgasm, to be able to, explore all of our levels and connect to our partner. And I don't think that anybody, self included, really truly understands just how deep that vulnerability goes at points until you're the live model, right? The live model, you go, oh my gosh, like this is going to be really, really vulnerable. Well, the other piece of vulnerability is surrender, because the only way you can get to that vulnerability is to completely surrender to it. And that means that you are surrendering to everything, right? And I was thinking about, all right, well, surrender vulnerability. And you know, everything that I teach, even when I'm teaching a hardcore sexuality workshop, which this particular one is on sex, but it's on vulnerability more so, right? Everything that I teach talks about, you know, creating that space. It's about vulnerability. It's about safety. It's about boundaries. It's about purpose. It's about really truly tapping into soul alignment and guidance. And that comes in every aspect of our life. We tend to want to box things up and keep it all, you know, segregated, basically, where everything is just nothing's touching each other. But that's not life. That is so not life. What happens in life is we're like, everything's just mushed together. We just don't allow it in our brain to work like that, because we think somehow that we can go, oh, here's my work life, and here's my family life, and here's my sex life, and here's my health life, and here's my, you know, introspective life, and here's here's my spiritual life, right? We think that we have it all labeled and nice and neat and tidy and separated, and that it does not weave together. It weaves together in such an intimate, detailed fashion. That's why, you know, like some people, I had an application coming in because I'm doing free consults right now, and I had an application come in and from somebody, and this person had said that they don't feel confident because they don't have a sex life. They don't have, their sex life is null and void right now. So their confidence is just done for. Like, they have zero confidence. They don't feel like they have much going on in their world. It's, you know, that they don't really have anything happening there. Now, you know, as much as I want to go, no, you can't, you can have confidence without a sex life. But here's the truth of the matter is that our sex life does impact our confidence. It impacts our self-esteem. It impacts our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. As humans were designed, we were built to have sex. We were built to step into those grounds and really truly open, not just do the No, this is not about skin rubbing on skin here. True good sex, what I refer to as gourmet sex, really takes your whole being to participate. It is not just the physical body participation. And you know, a lot of people understand that. They say that they want it, but they only give their physical body. They don't give their heart. They don't give their mind. They certainly don't tap in at a deep soul level to their sex with their partner or even with themselves. They're just up here and they're just like, nope, just rub one out. Just rub one out. And it's about just like getting that release, that little bit of a release. But you know what? That little bit of release leaves you hungry. It leaves you hungry. It does not fulfill you at all. If you want fulfilled, if you truly, truly want fulfilled in life, and I know I'm using sex here, but I think that it's a piece that we can all kind of understand, because so often we do just go after the climax, and what happens? You either feel shame around it or guilt around it. You feel dirty. You're just upset with it. You feel like, man, I want more. And it's because you're just going for the quick rub. You're not going for the depth. If you don't go for the depth in your sex, much like if you don't go for the depth in your life, guess what? You're never going to be fulfilled. You will never get into that alignment. You'll never truly open up. You're never going to really, truly reach that state of surrender where you get suspended out there in that beautiful surrender, because that's what it is really about. When we suspend ourselves in surrender, we actually turn our whole life over to faith. We are now back on that faith walk because we're just suspending ourselves out there. We're fully surrendering. It is like free falling with, you know, from an airplane. It's like if you go skydiving, you are suspending yourself in surrender. You are completely becoming vulnerable to the situation. You are jumping. It is a leap of faith that the parachute's going to open, that you are going to be okay. But you have to suspend yourself. As you're going down after you jump out of an airplane, right? When you're skydiving, you're just free falling, right? Your hands are open, your legs are back and tilted, and you are just free falling. And the wind is hitting you, and everything's just kind of moving. Your skin's moving, your hair's moving, everything's moving, boom, 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 right? But that is complete and total surrender. Surrender to the moment. Surrender to life. Surrender to the bliss, to the joy. I love what Will Smith says about skydiving. He's like, it is like the greatest fear. And when he went skydiving for the first time, he stood there and he was like, oh, fuck, right? It's like, whoa, like that. And he says, whoa. And it was just like this, the most fear that he's ever felt. And just as soon as he let himself go out of that plane, as soon as the instructor went, boom, we're going, and he jumped, what he then said was that what he realized was right there on the other side of the biggest fear that he had experienced was the biggest bliss. And do you know why he experienced bliss? Much like anybody who gets addicted to skydiving or anything like that, the bliss comes from the surrender. It comes from the moment that you just let go. And it is this amazing, breathtaking experience that feeds your soul. It feeds you at this deep level. It fills you up. It makes you so satisfied, and yet it makes you want to have more. It makes you crave more, but not from a point of, I didn't get enough, I'm still hungry, I'm this, I'm that, I just got a whiff of something good. No, it makes you want more because you want to fully suspend yourself consistently in that surrender and just absorb all the goodness, all the yummy, juicy, just stuff that's in our sex, that's in our work, that's in our health, that's in our spiritual life, that's in all of our relationships. It's right here in us, in our bodies at any given moment. And the true trick is to just access that surrender and suspend yourself there in little moments throughout the day. It's why I preach so hardcore on meditation. It's why I consistently talk to you guys about, like, get your morning practices down. Make sure that you are doing the things that keep you in alignment in that first 3 hours of your waking time. Don't let your feet hit the ground without giving some gratitude. Send some gratitude out to God, universe, life before your feet hit the ground. Instead of grabbing your phone and checking your bank account to see how much money you don't have, or checking to see what bills are coming up, or what your credit score is this morning, or how many emails you got in, and going straight to the work emails and going, oh my gosh, oh god damn, all that kind of stuff, or looking at all the drama on Facebook or social media in general. Instead of doing any of that, resist the phone, resist all that drama and that worry that you can't do anything about in that moment anyway. And I can tell you what, getting up in that haste where you jar your system just as you're waking up because you're like, think about it. How many mornings do you wake up in complete and total anxiety because you jarred yourself before you even had a moment's notice to think about who you were or where you were at even? And you jar yourself because, number one, the alarm goes off. Boom, turn that alarm off. Then you grab the phone. Then you look at this. Then you look at that. Then you're like, oh, I got to get up, but I don't want to get up. Dang it, it's such and such day, and I got this to do, and I got that. And you start feeling this anxiousness inside your... Anxious? Did I just say anxious? I just said anxious. That's a new word. That's my word. I'm stealing it. I'm going to have to write up a definition for anxious. Anyways, anxious feeling. Because you feel this anxious feeling of just, I have to go. I have to get going. I have to just, go. That's your motivation. It's coming from this negative space of ugh. ugh, I have to now get going. I don't really want to get going, but I'm going to jar myself up and I'm just going to go and go. And then what happens? You're like running around and you're just, and it's one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, right? You feel like this. You feel like a little hamster on a wheel. Just that little hamster on a wheel where you're just running and the wheels got it. And now you're just like, man, it's just rolling so fast. I don't even know what to do with it. I can't stop it. I'm going to just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get off the wheel. Don't even get on the wheel. Start your morning with gratitude. Start your morning with that feeling, like tap in and go, yes, oh my gosh, my lungs worked all night long and I continue to breathe all night long. My heart beat all night long. The blood in my veins pumped through my veins all night long. The roof over my head did not collapse on me while I was sleeping. You know, look at those things. I know that might seem silly, but you know what? They're all miracles. You are a miracle. The fact that you are walking around, breathing, living, and just can go to sleep and everything just keeps going without you applying effort to it is a freaking miracle. It is. We ignore these little miracles. We don't even take it in as blessings. But I can tell you what, if you start your day with that little bit of blessing and then you move to a little bit more blessing and you grab some journal time and you write out your world the way you want it to be, you focus in on the positive, and then you turn around and you find some just 5, 10, 15 minutes throughout the day to sit in some stillness, to just get back into that alignment and get to that suspended surrender, because that suspended surrender happens in meditation. It's when everything just kind of just washes away. You get this like numb feeling. You don't really feel your hand or your toe or your nose or anything. And it's just almost like you're not in your body. You're just sheer consciousness in that moment. And that's you just fully surrendering to life. Fully surrendering to life. If you can capture just one, maybe 2 of those moments a day, your whole world will change. Your whole world will change. You're going to find more peace. You're going to find more certainty, more guidance, more happiness, more joy. The ideas, the creative flow that will come through you. The healing work that can happen if you're not feeling good, if your body is not feeling good, if there's something going on, then you need to step into that, because that's where that healing work happens. You completely release yourself from all the resistance of this world when you tap into that, when you really truly suspend yourself into that blissed out surrender state. You tap into this other world of energy and everything just lets go. Just lets go. And that is exactly what any one of us needs to do if we truly want to experience a life of bliss, if we really truly want to have that freedom-based life, if we really want to have that passionate love affair, call in our soulmate lovers, call in our soulmate clients, call in our soulmate work, call in our the perfect house that our soul wants, the car, the health, the travel, our kids acting the way we want them to, our family to have the relationships with our family, with our friends, the way that we want it to, whatever it might be, to feel, which is why we do anything, as much as we try to avoid feeling, which is a bunch of bobbleheads walking around, right? Remember those bobbleheads that people used to put in their cars, and as you drove, the head just went like this? Remember that? It was like in the early 90s. Showing my age here. But I talk about, who cares, right? But yeah, that's like what we are. If you look at society in general and even check in with yourself, like you're probably bobbleheading it just a little bit. You're probably out there just bobbleheading it around because you're just this great big head, right? And you're just walking around ignoring your feeling. But why are you going and doing anything that you're doing? What is the hope that you have in consistently doing the things that you don't want to do? Why are you consistently doing what you don't want to do? think about it. You can come up with, well, okay, Kendall, I got to pay my bills. I have to, be a responsible adult. I have to do this. I have to do that. I don't really have a choice. I'm going to say bullshit, but I don't have a choice. And all right, so you don't have a choice. You have to pay your bills. You got to be, all right, yes. You have all that. Underneath that, what is your reason for that? Let's hurt something. What is your reason for that? It's probably to feel secure, which is going to make you feel at peace, and at peace is going to make you feel happy, right? You're going to feel content, satisfaction, which brings you more happiness, might even allow you space to feel more joy, to feel really good, to be able to go and do the things that you want to do when you have created the abundance and the time to do that. That's why you're doing what you're doing, so that you can enjoy this and that you can feel security here, right? It's all about security and happiness. And that security, what does security equate to? Security equates to basically, I want freedom. I want the freedom of feeling secure, that I don't have to go, right? Because this is not a feeling of freedom. Freedom is everything's taken care of. It's all taken care of. It all feels really, really good. That's what freedom is. Freedom is about feeling good. Back to happiness. Why do we want to be in a relationship? Because we want connection, because we want to feel love, because it makes us happy. You want happiness at the end of the day, no matter what. I guarantee you that. No matter who you are, you're looking for happiness. You're looking for consistent happiness. All the other stuff, that's just sub-labels to the big label of happiness. And the way you get that is to learn how to surrender, to learn how to be more vulnerable in life. Don't look at your vulnerabilities as weaknesses. Look at it as power, because you've got to access that vulnerability. You've got to be really, truly, you know what vulnerability is? Vulnerability is authenticity. Vulnerability is standing there and just being who you are in any given moment. As Addison's kindly put on here, Kendal dork moments. That's vulnerability. Yes, so I had a dorky moment and I made up a word accidentally, right? I had a human moment. But instead of getting caught in that and going, oh my gosh, I need to cancel this now and I need to take this down and blah, 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 which would be me retreating and causing restriction in my flow and in my messaging and in my connection and ultimately my happiness and my abundance, I was like, oh yeah, so I'm human, right? Like whatever. And we go on. And it allows you to see a little bit more of my personality, a little bit, yeah, so I'm goofy, I make mistakes. I have dork moments. Thank you, Addison, by the way. But that is a point of vulnerability. It may not seem like that's a very big vulnerable thing, but to some people it could be. To me of 15 years ago, I would have been horrified that I made that mistake on a Facebook Live. I can't retract that. Oh my gosh, how many people saw that? Da, 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 da. So deeply vulnerable to some people. Because there can be shame, there can be guilt. We're self-critical. Well, you've got to move past your shame. You've got to move past any guilt that you're carrying. You've got to move past that the OCD person inside of you that wants to get it all right. You got to move past the people pleaser. You got to move past all of this junk and truly step in to being vulnerable and just show up as you want to show up, as you feel called to show up in any given moment. And that's going to take you back to that surrender. That's part of suspending yourself in the surrender. Not fully planning out every little thing, not thinking ahead consistently so that you can appear a certain way, so that you can look a certain way, so that you can speak a certain way, so that you're always just right over here and you're just fake. Fake. You're not listening. You're not being present. You're not really truly connecting when you do that. You're being fake as trying to be clean on this video because I was thinking about maybe using it as a promotional, but fake is beep. Fill in the blank. Vulnerability is all about integrity. vulnerability, and surrender are all about integrity. Integrity, truth, trust, learning how to let go, embracing and really truly stepping into the belief that God has your back, that life has your back, that you got this. You've got this if you really truly open up and just let it be there. Let it be there. Open up and receive it. Catch those moments when you are resisting. Feel the tension in your body. Feel it when you are just like, oh no, this is too, I'm just tightening up. And then find one of those moments that you can go suspend yourself. Just go suspend yourself in that surrender. Remember, 5, 10, 15 minutes. That's all it really truly takes. When you feel that distancing, when you just can step out of it and you really truly can feel it. Access that once, at least once a day, if not twice a day. Really truly tap in. So, all right, I feel like I'm at a close on that because otherwise I think I would be completely beating on something that doesn't need to be beaten on. So, yeah, I feel pretty good. As that say, I love it. It's what makes your lives so amazing because you are real and it makes you interesting and a goof. Okay, hey, I should say hi to some people. Morning, Addison, of course. Morning, Nick. Daniel, Gabriel, Lance, morning. Joel. Okay, a few people on here. Awesome. So, I see. In the comment section, you will, and I already kind of did that on the front side, tomorrow between around 12, 1 o'clock, I will be doing my live workshop demonstration for a global workshop called O-Face, and it is about the vulnerability of female orgasm, where you are going to get to really experience the face of orgasm. This is going to be about 3 hours worth of video content and a whole bunch of other content that is added into the membership site and everything. So if you are interested in some little tidbits about female orgasm, if you're interested about, like what does vulnerability mean in our intimate world? What does, vulnerability mean in an orgasm, especially? What does it mean to women? How can you help if you're a guy or if you have a female partner and you are like, hey, how do I help her access that vulnerability? I'm going to be teaching on that. This whole workshop is going to be extremely intense. It is a one-time live event. It's not going to be ever live again. So realize that it is available. It's lifetime access, fully recorded. If you do miss it, it's going to be available on my website for a lifetime. However long I'm alive, however long my website is alive, that's how long the program will be accessible and live as well. And it's just going to be a very, very potent, powerful workshop. I know that I was just talking to, a couple weeks ago, I ran a man's workshop called Primal Reboot, and I just had one of my guys in there message me. I actually had one guy tell me, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a college class, except it's all about learning about myself, which is really cool and intense. And then I had another guy ask me, I didn't realize that there was going to be so much content in here. It's so content rich. I don't quite know what to do with everything. And that, again, is what I share that with you because that's typically how it rolls for me, at least when I'm creating workshops, because it is just kind of coming through and I'm speaking it and I'm letting you embrace it, much like with my writing and with any of my messaging that I do. It's just kind of rolling through. And this vulnerability workshop is just like that. So I'm going to say that it is at least 3 hours of video content on there, but it might be a little bit more, just so you know, but that will be happening tomorrow. If you are interested in learning more about that workshop, if you want to catch it before the price goes up on Sunday morning, because the price will jump another little bit up once it is fully, once the workshop is done, and it just is found on my website, it's actually going to go up in price. So you have still an opportunity to get this at a reduced price today and through tomorrow. So just know that, and like I said, tomorrow around noon, 1 o'clock, at that Central Standard Time. I'm off to Arkansas, so I was like, it's It's Arkansas Central Standard Time. It is. But if you want to catch that at that discounted price and catch it live, then you definitely need to register for that today at the link in the comments on here, or catch it, register first thing in the morning if you want to catch it live for sure, because like I said, it's only going to be live once. Let me see. Any other announcements? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'll actually just do an announcements video probably later because I have some local workshops, but I'm not going to share all of that on here right now. This is a global workshop. It is open to men and women, the O-Face. So it is available to anybody who follows me anywhere in the world, making it definitely, you know, there's no reason why you can't catch this one. And I think that that's pretty much it. I feel pretty complete. I'm going to go and enjoy my beautiful day. I hope that you enjoy your beautiful day as well. Please, if I said anything of value in this video, I know a lot of people have been sharing videos and content for me lately. I really am appreciative of that. Thank you so much. Keep up the appreciations there. I really do love it. I love it. I love seeing my stuff being shared and the comments and the testimonies. I love it when you guys write to me and tell me about different things, or just catching little things that, you know, the people that I'm friends with and everything, when I see your guys' stuff come up, and just kind of like how certain things triggered and opened you up and all that good stuff. I really do. I read everything. I may not comment on everything, but I do read everything. So again, thank you for that. Hit the little share button today if this message touched you in any fashion or form, or if you thought of somebody during this message that you thought, hey, they need to hear this. Share this to their wall, share it on your wall, send it in a message, get the words out there, get the positive messaging out there as well. Help support me as well, okay? As always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com, and remember, stop existing, start living. I love you guys.